triple header. Toronto Raptors taking on the Lakers. Remember, LeBron, he hit the go-ahead shot with 12 seconds left on Thursday to beat the Clippers, looking for another victory against a team that has gone 1-0 against them so far this season. That is next up, but we got a little time. We've been sitting here waiting to do TV. So welcome back to Studio One here in New York. Maria Taylor alongside Jalen Rose. And you heard Paul George. He told Lisa Salters, we felt like we weren't ourselves in our first game against the Lakers. And so they were trying to get back to their identity. It seems as though they got that against the Pelicans.
Well, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George played terrific against the Lakers, combining for 58 points. They just lost. And without Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell, it changes the dynamics of how they run their offense. And if you notice, more one-on-one situations, run pick and rolls for Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. And when they're shooting and making 25 threes from the floor, it's just outstanding.
Yeah, Paul George hit 8 of them all by himself. That's a season high for PG-13. I think he might be one of our bubble all-stars by the time this thing is all over. We've got another game going on right now. Victor Oladipo, the two-time all-star, decided to play in this one. Welcome back. It's so good to see you in the restart. All right, taking on the 76ers, and both teams, of course, kneeling for the anthem before the game. Embiid, pump fake, and score for the 76ers.
I want to see if the Philadelphia 76ers can live up to their potential. They have two perennial all-stars in Embiid and Simmons. You have veterans in Tobias Harris and Al Horford. Can they make a run?
Yeah, and go ahead and hit up Twitter to check out how Embiid and Shake Milton are getting along right about now. The entire WNBA world held its breath on Friday when we all watched that young star, Sabrina Ionescu, go down. The New York Liberty's #1 overall pick rolled her left ankle on Friday. And now we welcome in Holly Rowe, who has been reporting inside the WNBA wobble. Holly, please give us the latest on Sabrina Ionescu.
Sabrina Ionescu has undergone an X-ray that was negative. She has also undergone an MRI. She has a group of 6 physicians who are working on her diagnosis and evaluating her. Right now, they are calling it a grade 3 ankle sprain, which is very serious. They are, though, saying it is non-surgical. So as she continues to get that swelling down and as they are able to continue evaluating her, there may be more information. But right now, Sabrina is still here on the IMG property at the Legacy Hotel. I've run into a couple of her old teammates from Oregon. They're checking on her, offering to take her snacks and things to her room. A lot of people sending her well wishes, but very devastating news for New York. We're not sure of a timeline of when and if she'll be able to return to the court this season.
Well, we're all extending our well wishes to Sabrina, and thank you, Holly, for your reporting on this. And tomorrow, the Liberty, they will not have Sabrina, but they will face Diana Taurasi and the Mercury at 1 Eastern on ESPN. And at 6 on ESPN2, it's Arike Agumbawale leading the Wings against Angel McCautry and the Aces from the IMG Wubble in Bradenton, Florida. Let's take you courtside. Tell us everything that we need to know about the most important players in this game, Jalen Rose.
Absolutely. So when you talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, of course, it starts with that gentleman, LeBron James, 35 years old, leading the league in assists. He sets the table. Anthony Davis has been dynamic. Let's see what Kuzma, KCP, and also Danny Green is able to give this team.
All right, you see the 13 triple-doubles, more than every other player in their 17th season or later in NBA history combined. All right, Pascal Siakam.
That's my guy, Spicy P, last year's most improved player. How about the Raptors have a better record this season than they had last year with Kawhi Leonard?
When they had the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year?
That's why Nick Nurse is my coach of the year.
Stop it.
Done a terrific job. Masai Ujiri, one of the best GMs in the game.
Wait, quick question. Is he a QB? Is he?
Oh, blue 16, man.
80 didn't get both feet in now from the bubble. Our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski. And Woj, we saw Zion Williamson play on Thursday, but a season-low 15 minutes. What can you tell us about his status and the management of his minutes moving forward?
Maria, you'll see 2 changes against the Clippers tonight. He'll play more than those 15 minutes. There'll be an incremental increase in the minutes that they're going to play him. And you may also now see him finishing quarters instead of just starting quarters. But he's going to be closer to 20 minutes, I'm told, than 30 minutes. And you may not even see him Monday against Memphis playing his full allotment of minutes. They're going to continue to ramp him up after he missed those 13 days out of the bubble and then in quarantine. But this is a crucial game, Maria, for the Pelicans. With Portland's win yesterday, with New Orleans lost to Utah. This is a short season here in these seeding games, and they're going to put themselves in a very difficult position to get into a play-in against Memphis with a loss today against the Clippers, and then Monday they face the Grizzlies themselves.
Yeah, Woj, and the Pelicans were really a possession away from a win against the Jazz. Imagine if Zion was just able to play a little bit more. All right, we'll keep checking in with you as you sit down there in the bubble. Stay safe, Woj.
Thanks, Maria.
All right, so we had a little bit of an update about Zion Williamson. I just want to remind everybody that there is a custom-tailored suit on the line here. Right, Jalen?
Yes.
If your Grizzlies make it into the playoffs, you get the suit, right? Mm-hmm. If the Pelicans make it, Jay Will gets the suit.
Yes, that's correct.
Whew, that's a lot going on right there. Do you believe still?
I've allocated the dollars now, Jay Rose. I just want you to know.
And I want whatever, Taylor, or whatever you rocking today, because you look handsome, I want that. I want that.
I hate you. I hate you.
I have a question for both of you two. What will it take for the Pelicans to make it to that 8 seed? I mean, we saw how close they were to beating the Jazz, and that was with Zion playing 15 minutes and only having 17 touches. Jay Will?
You know, the thing that always frustrates me about this team is that obviously they're super talented, Maria. They're crazy talented. But they don't have a rim protector, and it seems at times Jackson Hayes could be that, but he's also pulled a lot to the perimeter. And they just gave up layup after second chance opportunity with the Utah Jazz, and that was frustrating to watch. And also their inability to close games down the stretch. This is something we've seen throughout the course of the season due to their inexperience. And ultimately, Zion needs to play more than 15, 20 minutes because he needs to be on the court. He is a huge momentum player. And I just think him missing 13 days and then being quarantined, trying to ramp him up, which is the right move. It's the right move for the long-term effect of Zion. I still don't know if it's going to be the short-term right move in order for this team to get into the playoffs. That's the reality of it. And it's frustrating for me because I'm going to lose a suit. It's just where we are.
Oh, you're definitely going to lose. And the reason why I predicted that they wouldn't make the playoffs is because I saw Zion in high school and in college and in summer league have injury issues. And when you're built the way he is, he's a freak of nature when you look at his weight, 280 pounds at 6'7". But a high flyer like we haven't seen. You're going to low manage him to protect him from himself. That's why I felt like they wasn't going to make the playoffs. And Jay, it's seeming like I'm closer to being right than wrong. However, New Orleans is doing something smart to build up Zion's confidence. They're not playing him a lot of minutes against the tougher teams. They got the easiest remaining schedule. And you know what they're going to start doing those last 5 or 6 games? Zion going to be hanging on the rim 30 to 35 minutes a game, and they're going to be in that play-in game versus Memphis.
Okay, Uncle P, bring Inglewood out and be the tiebreaker for me because I don't have time for this. I really don't.
Oh, my God. Well, listen, in order for the Pelicans to make the playoffs, obviously Zion is going to have to play more minutes, but he got to play with more effort. You know, when I watched the game at Jalen, you said it before, you know, he played 15 minutes, but a guy of his size and his athleticism got me 0 rebounds. Like, that's hard to imagine. Me at the age of 42 can go out there in 15 minutes and get you about 5 rebounds, because all I'm going to be doing is
I thought you were going to say 0 anyway.
You mean 5 points or 5 rebounds? He could get 5 points.
Shoot,
I don't know about the
so
5 rebounds, P. These boys out there athletic, man.
Listen, I can't jump no more, so what you think I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be out there pushing and shoving, getting me some rebounds.
We're going to try real hard to keep Uncle P off the court, okay? We going back to the mile-high basketball. The Joker don't want those Uncle P problems. But
I understand what he means.
Yes, he means it's time to tip off 4 games as the NBA continues. It is just day 3, and myself and Jalen Rose are sitting here in New York, but our fam is always ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, they are.
And that means that they are in their man caves. We've got Jay Will hanging out with us.
Jay Will!
We've got Uncle P, Paul Pierce.
Yes.
He's on the West Coast. And guys, I want to
What's
say
up,
to
y'all?
all of you, the last time that we've had a quadruple header, Jalen Rose, was in 2004, April 17th. And you know who played in that game? Paul Pierce. He had 20 points the last time we had a quadruple header, so that means he's going to put up some points here today. And I do want to get your thoughts on what we've seen so far, because we've seen, like I said, 8 different games. We've seen 2 overtimes. We've seen a lot of social activism. What stood out to you, Jalen? So
watching the prism of our society change via sports as a 47-year-old man, and understanding how Tommy Smith and John Carlos, the Ali Summit with Bill Russell, Jim Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf,